convinced that we can score in the last minute, and the development of the match has shown that we was the stronger team, that we have the better fitness. We must say this. I must make the question, what the guys make for training in the week. We have played on Wednesday, an EFC Cup match, with travel, with all. We was more fit. We was be able to power 90 minutes. Yeah. So that is a little bit a question for me. What they did in the week. Yeah. So, but the other, I knew that this team is really dangerous. Yeah. The Young Lions. I saw this 3 times. Normally, they must win 2 matches from this because they have had the better chances, the better style of play, but they never score. So, and then they lose matches because of one mistake, and they show it. I think the first half they have shown how dangerous is this team. Yes, and for us was not so easy to control this. Yeah, but then in the second half I must say that we then dominate the match. Yes, and you have seen that all players want to win this match, and for this I think it's totally deserved, and big compliment on the will and the conviction from the team that they have we can score in the last minute, and that's sometimes it's very lucky, but we have worked for this luck. Yeah. You need always luck to win matches. Yes, without luck, you cannot win. Yes, and we have worked for this luck today. Yes, very very hard, and especially I have this feeling in the second half that we then stronger, that we then could control the opponent. He has not more big chances like in the first half and good attacks. And for this you must see that I have in the moment. Amri is not fit. I can only bring from the bench. So I play without striker. So from the beginning, and then you must see that we try to play football and also to try to create chances. But it's not so easy. Yasir is no striker. Yes, Shada. Yeah, and that's why in the same then I played with Madi on the left because Ivan last performance was not so lucky. Yes. So and then you must try to play football. Yeah. But that how they managed the team that was the morale, the will was unbelievable, and so I say it's totally deserved to win this match. No, the performance was not lucky. In he scored a goal, but the performance in Felda was not lucky from him. And we spoke about this, and for this I want to change something. And now he showed this 10 minutes. That's what I want to see from him. Yes, he was very active. He was keep the ball, and that is the way. Yes, for him to come back. And I hope that he bring this performance then in the next matches, and then he will play in the team. It's no question. Yeah.
No choice.
Yeah. Yes. It's a little bit early now to speak about the lineup. Yeah. But normally, if Amri is not in the team, then we must look what we can do. Yes. But in the moment, I think all very very tired and happy, and not thinking on the next match. Yes. But we find a solution. The team has shown in the past. We have so much problems with injured player, and always we have found a solution, and now we have closed the gap to the top teams. That was the most important, and then we look to the next. No, maybe I think I must be careful. Yeah. So I only said to him, and maybe it's not my right, but for me that was every minute was a cramp on the pitch. And for this I must ask, we have played on Wednesday, and this team hasn't played something. They have only training. What they did in the week, we was more fit. What they did in the week, that is only said to him. Yeah, because it's difficult. You are in the match, you won't play, and every minute is a break. You must wait. You must look. Yes. So you cannot have the rhythm. So and that's why I was angry about it. Yeah. But no complaining to the coach. He has done his job, and that was only what I have said to you. Maybe this question for me. Yeah. For this team. Yeah. They can make training every day. That's like professional, and then it never could happen such things for me. Okay. Yeah.
comes with the job. I expected all this, especially when you take a very young team. So we have to adapt to this kind of situations. And of course, like you said, it's hard, but we have to move on. Every game is a new challenge for us, and we learn something. So today we learned something else. Yeah. So I feel it was an even game, almost an even game. They created chances, we created chances. Especially in the first half, I thought we created better chance. Again, composure wasn't there, and of course we set the momentum going. Second half, I think a lot of energy was spent, especially in the first half, pressing, giving them less time with the ball. Daniel Bennett, Farudin, giving them less time with the ball, trying to work together as a unit. And in the second half, I think we went to sleep in the first 5-10 minutes, but came back strongly. Again, we tried to play a high pressing game. A lot of energy took over, and I think they began to run down, and there were some cramps. Eventually, we tried to hold on. So it was the same situation as Warriors, where until the last kick of the game, it was a draw, and they made the last second goal. But not as bad as that situation. We were up 2 goals, but this time I thought that last 10 minutes it was anybody's game. Whoever scored first could have made the 3 points. Thought could have at least got a point from this game. I think we deserve at least a point. Wasn't on our side. I think the ground was very heavy as well.
Very heavy.
Yeah, it was wet and heavy, so it also took a toll on them. Yeah, and training also, they were working very hard. And this is the team that's eligible to play in the SEA Games. We have planned in terms of fitness, and we usually overload them in training, regardless of whether we play S.League games or not. That's the plan. You see. We have periodization in terms of overloading them to prepare them for SEA Games. So we treat the S.League games as part of our training as well, in terms of fitness. So you could see the players at the last 5-10 minutes slowing down and in raising the tempo, slowing down, raising the tempo. So yeah, couldn't blame them if they tried to give their best. I mean, when the goal went in, we were 10 men. Harvey came out with
yes.
So if we have stayed there, maybe we could have avoided the situation. But that's where it's like you said, we have to learn. We have to learn and try to stay on the pitch with 11 men when it matters most in the last closing stages. Substitutions I made, thinking that I brought Iksan in to give more energy up front, more aerial battles against Daniel Bennett and Farudin, and more pace. But he tried his best, after so long he's playing his first game.
That was his first start for quite a while, wasn't it?
Yes, for a very long time.
Well, not start actually, but
and he hasn't been training regularly as well.
No.
Yeah, so he's just making do with what time available for him in training. So it was a good run out for him, good 30 minutes for him. It was definitely a mental thing, no more physical. I mean, he came out, they were having sprays on their leg. Then I told them, the legs can't help you anymore, the spray can't help you anymore. It's all mental, just go in there and play. So yes, it was more a mental thing. The inexperience definitely is there, playing against a team that consists of almost national players and foreign players. So inexperience is definitely there, managing that stress level in the last 3-4 minutes where they are trying to come at us, and the substitutions that they made with another foreign player and Amri gave them the psychological inferiority, when suddenly they are faced with Amri who's on top of his game, especially when he's given 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 20 minutes to play. Good results was the last game he played against Felda. He came in and scored 2 goals. Yeah, that's where we need to stay focused until the end. It ain't over until the final whistle. We were close. I would say we were close against Warriors and Geylang and Tampines, but they must know that it's not over until the final whistle. I mean, even if we are 1 goal up, anything can happen. If we don't really push ourselves and stay focused and be on top of our game until the final whistle. Anything can still happen. Equalizer, or we might just, the opponent can just nip within the last, because until the last minute I was still not confident that I will get a point. You see, so they started changing quality players, and I do not have enough players to change. So until the last minute we were still leaving dangerously. But yeah, this is a lesson learned for us. Yeah.